computer. Awesome. Happy National Small Business Week. Hi, Judy.
Let's go.
We're with Franchise. And today we are celebrating Zack Hall from Boise, Idaho. Zack, you and I started working together about 2 years ago, and we identified your criteria. I did my research, came back to you with 3 A+ gold standard, great franchise options. You went through the process, compared and contrasted with them, and were awarded the Conserva irrigation franchise in record time, 28 days, which is phenomenal. But you were motivated. You were proactively engaged in the process, and you were ready to chew through concrete to get to your goal. So now here it is 2 years later. But my first question is, why? Why did you want to be a business owner?
Yeah, I would say that's two part. One part, obviously for my family, I've got a small child, Jackson. He's almost 3, and he's obviously a huge why. My beautiful wife, and really to be able to provide financial stability for them, and hopefully something that will benefit the family for years to come. And the second part is coming from corporate America, is really feeling need and a call to go out and be a good CEO or a good business owner and provide good jobs for people in the community. I think a lot of the corporate America now, it's big profits for corporate board members and stocks and all of that, and we've really lost sight of the being able to provide a good job. So for me, it's really important to be able to build a community of people that can look to Conserva and Boise and call it home. So
Yeah. So you're more involved in the community, and you're providing jobs as well, which I know was really important to you also.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So and Morgan and Jackson were a part of the entire process. I think they were on all of our Zoom calls, and he was what, 6 months old when we were
Yeah,
doing this 2 years ago.
crazy to think.
Now he's like
Almost
3 years
3.
old. Cutie, what a cutie. So why Conserva irrigation? You went through the process, you narrowed it down. Why did you and Conserva both decide in the mutual process that it was the best fit?
From the corporate side, it's the staff. It's full of fantastic people that really care about what we're doing, and then Conserva as a whole, obviously being able to help the community, save water, provide a great service for people out here. All of those things kind of checked boxes that I was looking for. But I think ultimately, the to me, it was the relationship with the people, and I think the franchisee to franchisor, that relationship is so important to have good people and open lines of communication, and they really are top notch that way. And it's been great. So
Yeah. Well, it's been 2 years. So how's it going?
it's going well, better than I ever thought or imagined it would be. All of our problems have come from rapid growth and trying to keep up with the crazy demand, which is not what I expected initially. I was like, oh my gosh, are the phones gonna ring? Are people gonna do this? Am I just gonna lose all my money? But no, it's been absolutely fantastic. The community has been all on board from day one. My market could have 10 competitors in it, and it would be a good thing. That's how busy things are out here in Boise.
Wow.
So it's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, to your point, when most people start, they wonder, oh gosh, is this going to work? Is anyone going to, buy this? How do I get customers? How do I get the phone to ring? So what's your experience been with that?
We've had zero issues. And I think, again, looking at the market and looking at the product and making sure that everything matches up, when you offer something that the community needs, they're going to come and ask you for that. And so from day one, our first week, we had over 100 phone calls when the marketing hit. We've,
Wow.
going into our second season now, have pretty much turned most, if not all, of our marketing channels off. And we're still experiencing growth. We just had our best month ever this last month at the start of the season. And so, again, I think it comes down to if you're doing the right things and you've got a good model and a good product, and you do right by the customer, good things happen. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think when we spoke the other day, you said you were having the opposite problem. You were having, well, you've had phenomenal growth, right? You're now up to
yep,
three trucks, three
yep,
crews, and you had to turn your marketing off because you had too many leads. I think you said the other day you were hoping that a competitor would come in just so you could refer customers to them, which is crazy. It's like, the
yeah,
opposite problem of most businesses, right?
yeah, absolutely. Which has been good. It's, granted, it does come with its growing pains, and there's challenges to rapid growth from all different angles. But coming into this, these are all the problems that I would like to be dealing with. So I feel lucky enough to be in the spot that we are.
Awesome. So have you hit your revenue goals?
Yes and no. Yeah, it's been a giant learning curve. Those first two budgets and pro formas you go to, especially for me, have been a lot of growth, a lot of understanding. What's realistic and what's not realistic. But I would say, knowing what I know now, we're achieving above average results based on the team, which is good. Initially coming in, I was ready to make $1 million year one. And, again, it just, there's reality hits and there are things that have to happen before those numbers are going to start to come into place. But we're well on our way. We're looking at $1 million season this in 2024. So yeah, it's
No,
granted we've had some growing pains and some bumps in the road, but we're well on our way
that,
to get to where we
that's
want to be.
amazing. And what are your future plans ahead? Growing beyond.
We're going to dominate. Yeah, we're going to dominate all of Idaho, the southern market. We've got a 10-year projection at more than $10 million in top line revenue. That way, we've already got a forecast and a roadmap to get there, and the cities and the destinations and kind of the next places once we can get everything up to speed here in Boise. We acquired another franchise here in the area, and we've taken over 2 territories now, and we control all of the Treasure Valley, which has been part of that growth plan. And so, yeah, it's been good. I think over the next couple of years, we'll continue to expand all over southern Idaho, and we'll keep dominating the market.
I am so happy for you. It couldn't happen to a nicer family, you and Morgan and Jack. Are you glad you made the leap? What advice would you give to other people that are thinking of business ownership?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's not for the faint of heart. Again, coming back to your why, make sure you know why you're doing it. I think if you have a strong why going into this, I think great things can happen. It's been the best decision and the hardest decision I've ever made in my life, but when I look back at it, I don't think I would change anything. It's been for the best. I think stepping out of corporate America from a job and then stepping into a business, especially one that's growing like crazy, you're pulled and stretched in all these different ways. And so in a lot of ways, it's been a humbling experience, but it's been one too, where you get knocked down, you get back up, you learn from it, and you keep on going, and good things happen from that. So, I think the best advice I would say, if you do make the leap, put both feet in the boat, go all in on it that way, make sure your wise and your heart's in the right spot. And, if you, like I said, look at your product, treat the customers right, if you do all of those things, good things are going to happen.
Yeah. And I'd have to say that most people that I work with are probably 20 or more years older than you. So for you to come to the conclusion, in your 20s, late 20s, that corporate America wasn't for you, that you were meant for something more, to be more involved in your community and to employ others, etc., is just phenomenal. And I know you're busy. It's a busy time of year for you. I really appreciate you and your time, and happy Small Business Week, everyone. Go out there and
Happy Small Business Week.
go out there and hug a small business owner, and more importantly, buy their product or service. So
Absolutely. Support small business.
thanks, Zach. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Judy.